Welcome back, and now we welcome Becky Brockman, Sheridan Valley's Communications Assistant, to the kitchen. Hello, Becky.
Hello, Darin. It's great to be on this side of the camera.
Well, thanks for joining us today. Last year you shared with us the jalapeno bacon poppers, and they were a great hit here in the office and really tasty. So what do you have for us this year?
Mini Mexican pizzas.
Those sound great. I'm going to go ahead and start us off and show you my pull-apart pizza recipe. So basically what I'm going to start out with, and I'll kind of bring a few things over here on camera so we can see it. A nice simple recipe that you can do with the family and the kids, kind of keep it simple, and something that just tastes pretty good. So you're going to take 2 cans of refrigerated, basically ready pizza dough on that from the store. And what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and take a little oil into a plate, and I'm going to add a little salt in that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take about ping pong size sections of the pizza dough. I'm going to roll them up into little balls, roll them up into the oil and the salt on that, and then I'm going to put them in a loaf pan on that. So just kind of going through, making those, getting them all coated up well, and putting that in. And I probably will have about half of this going through to make into it, so we'll just kind of keep working through on that. All right, so I've gone ahead and done one layer, rolled those up in the oil and the salt, and put them into the bottom of the pan. And so what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and kind of press those all together so they all will merge and join a little bit there at the bottom of your pan as you go through. Okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ingredients. So I'm going to use some pizza sauce. I've got 2/3 of a cup of pizza sauce. I'm going to use about half of that, and I'm going to put it on top of that first layer I have. Okay? And then I have some pepperonis that I went ahead and cut up into about 1/4 size in that regard. And again, I'm going to take about half of those. It was roughly 24 pepperonis, I believe, is what I started with on that. And I'm going to sprinkle that right there on top. And I like mine with a little extra meat on that too, so I might have a little bit more there. Okay, and then I'm going to take some mozzarella cheese, and I have a little bit over a cup here, and I'm going to again use about half of that total, sprinkle it right there on top of that layer.
That's really starting to look good.
It does look good. Now again, I like a little extra cheese, so I'm going to put that right there on that part. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and take the remainder of my dough, again, roll them up into balls, and put them on top of this layer, and make it just like a, almost like a little lasagna kind of going through on that. So I'll go ahead and get these ones put together.
Oh, and while he's doing that, I am going to start making my mini Mexican pizza. First of all, you need to preheat your oven to 425, and then you need to have a muffin pan that's 12 count. That's what I have here. And then you need to have 3 to 4 tortillas, and you need to have a place for the tortillas to work on. So I'm going to just use this surface here. And if you have like a glass cup or a cookie cutter or anything like that you have around the house, you can use that to cut the circles out. And so for each tortilla, you need to get like 3 or 4 circles. So I'm going to try that right now. And you will have a circle. And then what you want to do is you want to take the tortilla and just kind of lightly press down and put them into the muffin pan. Just going to go on ahead and stick all these in here. And don't worry about them, you know, if it doesn't go all the way on each side of the muffin pan, because it's okay, just as long as you've got it down in there. Just kind of take your fingers and just kind of push down like so. I kind of cheated and went on ahead and made some up, so that way you wouldn't have to wait on me to get them all cut out. All right, the next we're going to in a small bowl here, we're going to combine 1 cup of, you can use, I'm using hamburger, you can use turkey, whatever, or deer burger. 1 cup of hamburger, and then a 1/2 cup of refried beans, and 1 cup of salsa, oh, a 1/2 cup of salsa, sorry, and 2 teaspoons of taco seasoning. And then you want to combine all that, mix it up. Make sure you stir it pretty good. And then what you want to do is you want to start dividing the mixture up among the tortillas. So I'm just going to go and just kind of, I know in the recipe it said like 1/8 of a cup or whatever, but I just kind of guess and just kind of fill it up. If I get too much on one thing, I just go and take a little bit out of one hole and put in another. And you know, this is such an easy recipe. It doesn't take very long, which is great. And I know we have a lot of people that like Mexican food, so I thought this would be a good recipe to use for the Super Bowl parties. Once we get this all in here, almost got it all. Just kind of, okay. And then we're going to take some shredded cheese. I'm using cheddar cheese, 1/2 cup, but I know there's some cheese lovers out there that likes more cheese than that, but I just kind of put some on each tortilla. And so we got that. And then I like olives, so some black olives, you put about like 3 of them on each one, like so. Oh, about 12 to 15 minutes or so, you want to put them in your preheated oven and let them cook just until the cheese is melted.
Well, that looks great, Becky. I'm kind of hungry watching you put that together. In the meantime, I've been over here and I've gone ahead and done that second layer, put the pepperoni and the cheese on that. I did preheat my oven to 400 degrees, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in there now, and it's going to bake for about 25 minutes uncovered. And when it's done after that first 25 minutes, you wait for it to get kind of a golden brown on top. You put a little tent of foil on it and cook it about another 25 minutes to get the insides cooked out. So I'm going to go ahead and take this to the oven right now. Looks like yours is ready to go to the oven too, so we'll get those in the oven and we'll bring them back so you guys can see the finished product.
Okay, they just got out of the oven, and it's optional, but if you'd like to, I've got some lettuce here I'm going to put over the top of them, like so.
They smell great coming through it.
And then you, after you get some lettuce on there, I've got some more salsa. I just kind of throw some salsa on top of that, just enough to give it some color. And then I'm going to put some sour cream on top of that.
Becky,
Yeah.
I think the viewers would really like to have me test one of these here for
Well,
too.
go
I'm
for
going
it.
through, so
Go for it. I'll let you. Take one.
I'm going to steal one here.
And you can tell them how good it is.
Try and grab it without making too big of a mess here.
Would you like a?
I like one. Thank you. That's great.
All
It's
right.
really good.
Awesome. And it's a very good snack to have at a Super Bowl because it's easy, simple to make, and it's got good flavor.
And it's finger friendly, so you can have that and you kind of everyone can enjoy and have one going through. So yeah, that was a great job, great recipe.
Thank
and it
you.
tastes awesome. I'm gonna have another bite of it. Try not
Awesome.
to get it all over me. Well, I've just pulled my pull-apart pizza out of the oven. One thing I didn't mention earlier is I did go ahead and put a baking sheet below it just in case there was any drippings or overflow as it goes through, so something to protect your oven on that. And I'm going to go ahead and transfer it. I've let it cool down a little bit. I'm going to transfer it over here to the pan. Let's see. And then we've got our kind of
That looks really good.
in there ready to go with pull apart, and we'll get some pieces and get everyone in there. I'm going to go ahead and finish it off with a little Parmesan cheese right there on top too, because again, you can never go wrong with a little more extra cheese. And yours looks great too.
Yes, and it's healthy. That's what's really good about it. Refried beans in there, and it's just so easy to make.
We appreciate you joining us, and hope you enjoy the game, and maybe look at these recipes to have at your Super Bowl party.
Looks good inside. You need to cut it like a little piece.
Yeah, just cut it in rows.
Yeah. Or maybe just do it like that. Done.